Hey, beautiful people. I told ya if I found something that looked interesting, I would be back. And here I am. This is interesting because the last video I shared of the news article, they mentioned very briefly the way they do sometimes when I believe they have to give that gray area because they got to protect themselves, politics and everything. But they mentioned that there was a neighbor a few doors down that said that Darian had assaulted them and tried to take their, I believe, 4 year old granddaughter, but they didn't press charges. First of all, that's insane. Retarded. I'm sorry, for lack of a better word. It's insane for sure. You got beat up and they tried to kidnap your granddaughter, but you didn't press charges. And you didn't do it because Monica Sherrod, I guess is her last name, how you say it, told him that no, Darren's going through something and he mentally is going through something and then he stays with me. And that was the end of that. Okay, fine. He, tried to take my granddaughter and beat me up, but cool, Monica. That sounds weird as heck to me. Okay. But anyway, I wanted to know how come I don't see any charges for this? Because he did finally press charges. Oh, but not until 3 days after Cash was found dead. I guess then it made sense. Yeah, now, tack something else on there. And that really makes him look guilty, right? Of course you did this. You just tried to do this other thing, supposedly, allegedly, a few months ago. But who in their right mind wouldn't call the cops about that? I don't care what Monica said to me. Me and her would have had a couple of different words had she tried to stop me. Okay? If he's mental, let's get him some help. But I'm calling the police. But they didn't until 3 days after Cash was found dead. How convenient. I couldn't find any old history. Darren literally didn't have a history, at least in Dallas, Texas, criminally, except for this alleged charge that this neighbor came up with. And wouldn't you know it? Remember when I was going through this case information in another video this morning, I was a little stumped. I'm like, why do they have two like burglary charges? That's weird. I thought that was weird. He didn't go in the house twice and take two people or anything, right? But that's what I saw. So I had to go back and really, really look at all of those codes that were confusing the heck out of me. One of the burglary cases has a different case number. They both have the same arrest date. If you could see right there. Oh man, too big for you, sorry. Arrest date 05/15/21. They both say that. The other record that we're not looking at also has the charge with the date of 05/15/21. So we know that's Cash and that's that situation. But on this record, let me scoot that over. If you look at the charge, burglary, all those codes I haven't looked up yet, but we know what we're talking about. You look over here, date 02/08/21, February 8th, 2021. So what they've done, if I'm correct, is they took the word of this neighbor and they slapped that charge on here too. Somebody's got to stop this train because I think this guy's being railroaded. And maybe he is schizophrenic and maybe he does this and doesn't know. I don't know. But even if so, he needs help. He needs to learn and pay for his crimes as well, however they do that. But don't just slap all these charges on an 18-year-old and call it a day. Please do your due diligence. Make sure that that other alleged thing happened. I mean, that's so long ago. And did he have any proof of the abuse or the alleged attempted kidnapping? This guy just came out the blue 3 days after his neighbor, who he was obviously cool enough with to trust her to not call the cops when he was assaulted and his grandchild was almost taken. But we're going to trust him to come through when her kid gets kidnapped and say, oh, yeah, he did the same thing to mine, or he tried to. And now there's a charge on this man's record. So to me, it just adds to the confusion and the question marks surrounding this case. His mother says that he would never, and I know a lot of us mothers will always say that, but she believes he was framed. She said it crystal clearly from like the jump, which is a big deal for me. And his attorney believes that he may be suffering from a mental illness, or he may be set up. And I'm inclined to agree with the latter. But it's because of stuff like this. How does this charge just get slapped into everything else? We don't know anything about this. I'm going to keep digging, see if I can find an actual court record. But this happened in February, supposedly. But he was just booked on it on the same day they booked him for cash. So they don't have proof either. They literally had to take that man's word. Because what? Did you still have bruises from February? In May? I doubt it. I don't know. Maybe they just haven't told us yet, y'all. But this definitely caught my attention. And I just wanted to share the previous video where I showed the whole case information with all 5 charges. I did put the link to this location in it. So in case I forget to do it in this one, because I get so busy. My ears start churning, you guys, and my gears start churning. And I forget. But if I do, it's in that video. Or always feel free to email me. If I find and share anything, I will gladly share it with you. Because my thing is, we got to get rid of the gray area. We have to work together. There's too much conquer and divide on YouTube. Too many lying culprits and players. And all it's doing is taking longer to put these criminals behind bars and longer to get these babies out of these shallow graves, boxes, totes, or whatever. And I just want us to cut that down. So I will share whatever I find. It is of no use to me if it doesn't get out to the world. You understand what I'm saying? So feel free to email me. I think my email is somewhere if you click my name. If not, drop it in the comments. I try to get back to everybody, and I'll certainly give you my email and any records I can share, as long as you promise to spread the word. All right, beautiful people. I'm out of here for now.